Thanks, Jeff. United States Secretary of Education Arne Duncan is touring the country trying to get a better grasp of issues impacting public education.
That's right. He was in Wyoming last Friday to get a better sense of education in rural America. Wyoming Education Association's Ron Sniffen has more.
And do you guys have any questions?
The U.S. Secretary of Education, Arne Duncan, was recently in Wyoming to get a sense of public education in rural America. Duncan visited Grant Elementary in Glen Rock as part of his listening and learning tour of the country.
One of the areas where I really need to learn is that I grew up in Chicago and worked there, and so I've really tried to get out around the country and really understand the rural issues. And so this is a big part of my learning curve, is trying to really get out across rural America and understand what's working, what's not, what the challenges are, and what we can do to be helpful.
Secretary Duncan invited educators, administrators, parents, students, and legislators to share with him their views about public education.
It's blue sky. If we agree it's less than suboptimal, whether it's rural or urban. At the same time, teacher quality matters tremendously.
Much of the discussion naturally revolved around the upcoming reauthorization of the No Child Left Behind Act.
The challenge you hear about the current No Child Left Behind law about highly qualified teachers. That's when you have a teacher that's teaching 5 subjects or teaching across 8 grades. One size fits all isn't going to make sense. So how do we be a little bit more thoughtful as we think about reauthorization is a big one.
When you get somebody out of D.C., sometimes they have a hard time relating to rural America, just like rural America has a hard time relating to what may be going on in inner city schools. So getting that information out there early where they can start crafting policies and make sure they get it right the first time.
I really hope he heard the notion that we need to trust our states and our local districts to really know what's good for their students and trust that they'll make the best use of the resources that are given to them. I think he really understands that if we're going to evaluate students, we need to look at each individual student's growth, not looking at cohort groups of students and comparing them.
For the Wyoming Education Association, I'm Ron Sniffen reporting, News Channel 5.
For the 15th time.